Alright, what's up, Dragon Brood? We finally get a chance to play with Eldraine and we get to play some food. And it actually works a lot better and different than it did last time.
Command Fest Orlando is coming October 20th to 22nd. So get ready for a weekend full of Magic the Gathering in one of the country's premier vacation destinations. Get your tickets now at commandfestorlando.com.
Okay, so there's a lot of interaction, so I'm going to try to race through these as fast as we can so we can get to the games. But we're going to start with Teething Wormlet, because we're going to be making a lot of treasure, which means, well, food, not treasure. Same thing. This would come into play. It's going to give it a +1/+1. You're going to gain some life. We're going to try Candy Trail because it does actually let you sacrifice and draw a card, so you can actually get 3 life in a card, which is kind of nice. And it does scry when it comes into play, which could be pretty helpful. We're going to play a couple copies of Ginger Brute, just because it has haste, you can sack it for food, and occasionally, if we can put counters on it, we'll be able to get it through unblocked, which is kind of nice. Elvish Archivist. This is the one that's going to be a little bit iffy because it starts as an 0/1, but we do get to put some counters on it, and hopefully get to play stuff on the opponent's turn and on our turn, which could actually add counters double time on this. We're going to play Tough Cookie. This is finding its way into a lot of lists I'm working on right now. But this is just good because with all that food, then we could top deck this and then just start turning our food into 4/4s and help us put some games away. We're going to play Welcome to Sweet Tooth because we get a 1/1 human, but also get to create food. And that's going to be a thing we want on a lot of these. Bonus points, though, if we've created a lot of food, we get to put a bunch of +1/+1s on something. So that's one way we could get the Ginger Brute through for some extra damage. We also get to play Sir Ginger, which is actually just an all-around pretty sweet card. I dig this. Also, you can sacrifice this later to get a bunch of life, which is kind of nice. Randomly cool if your opponent has something like a Wandering Emperor. They can't really do anything to this, which is super cool, but otherwise, it's just a big 3/1 that has some bonus abilities. Gonna play the Gumdrop Poisoner. Creates a food, again, at instant speed, we like it. But then also, if you gain life for the turn, which we have a few ways to gain life, this could actually get rid of something that's quite large. We're gonna play Greta Sweet Tooth Scourge. This, again, creates a food. If we end up not needing the food because we have too many, we can put +1s on stuff, or we could just draw more cards, so gotta love Greta. We're going to play some Devouring Sugar Maw, one of the sweetest arts in the set. Sweetest, I guess, that's kind of funny. But it does give us a 6/6, it does give us instant speed food, and a 1/1 body. We like a lot that this card's doing. We'll see how good it is today, though. And then we're going to play some Knight of Sweet's Revenge. This card's really cool because, again, it creates a food, but then also lets us sacrifice this for 7, but then for the number of food we have, all of our creatures get +1/+1, so it gives us a way to kind of overrun the opponent, if you will. So it's kind of nice. We'll see if it makes a difference. And then otherwise, the only lands we're playing that are any different is we're going to be playing the Restless Cottage, which is a new card out of Wilds of Eldraine. But if you want the full deck list, we will have it at the end of the video, or you can just hop on down to the description and you can download it. It'll take you to our Moxfield link where you can see today's deck and a bunch of other decks we have ready for Eldraine as well if you need something to get you kick-started. For now, though, let's go see if we can actually make all this food do something. Okay, this isn't particularly stellar, but not bad. Would be nice to turn one Wormlet, but the truth is, even if we did, we wouldn't have much to follow with except maybe a Gumdrop on 2. So this isn't the worst thing here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with this, because then we can Wormlet and make a food next turn, possibly. I'm assuming if they can kill the Archivist, they're just going to kill it here. Nope, they don't have a way to kill it. So that's good news, at least for the moment. Now where does that leave us? Do we want to... We're going to do this no matter what. Pretty sure. It's just if we're going to Tough Cookie here also, or just play the Poisoner. I think I'm going to Cookie up here. Alright. And we'll see how this goes. Now, if things work out and we don't want to do anything else, I'm going to say we could... Oh, looks like they finally got some removal. So we could just use the cookie to activate this as a 4/4. Alright, join the dance. Making a bunch of little duders. Don't hate that. Another Tough Cookie's not bad here. I mean, I kind of also don't want to overcommit here. But I want to be able to attack with my stuff. So we're either... You know what? Let's go ahead and just make the food. And then those grow. And And then we can just attack with all of it. Like, I'm willing to accept that. Oh, they're just taking it all? Alright, that feels like we don't have a sweeper, so I'm just going to play this. Because if you did, you would have chump blocked there, right? I mean, I missed a point of damage, but that's fine. I was playing under the idea that they might chump and then try to sweep the board here, but doesn't look like that's actually the thing they want to do. And they're at 7. They got to make some blockers here. That's kind of step 1. Okay, join the dance. That gives them a bunch of blockers, so they're not dead. Okay, that works. So now we have the choice of activate a land. Nah, I'm just going to do this. Then we get to do that. And then we get to turn one of these foods into a 4/4. Obviously don't want to activate a summoning sick food, because that would be real bad. And then we just attack. I mean, they gotta block some things. Looks like they got a kill spell of some kind here, though, possibly. Alright, I don't hate it. You do what you gotta do. Tough times. Alright, so we're just gonna block, block, double block. Nope, they're all single blocking? Okay, there you go. That makes more sense. Alright, opponent's at 5. They go to 4 here. And now, even if they have a sweeper, we still have the cottages, so I think we're good. Yeah, Jetmir's not going to be quite enough here, opponent. Especially with creatures that don't block. Yep. Okay. A lot of pain lands, but possibly a lot of ways to gain life, so we're not that worried about it. Let's go Wormlet. I mean, I guess I could... Well, it wouldn't really matter. I guess I could have Ginger Brute first, then Wormlet and something, but I don't think it would have changed things drastically here. No blocks. No blocksy, blocksy. Okay. I think we're just going to tough cookie here. Get 2 quick life. We're going to lose 1, gain 2, so just gain 1. Really, overall. Attack for 2. Assuming opponent's still incentivized to kill Teething Wormlet here. But we're not blocking no matter what, I don't think. Alright, you got it. Hopefully they don't have a play with fire. They do not. Alright, so they're just coming in with that. We take 6. I am good with that, actually. Now, they did load up a bunch of cards in their hand because they got to draw from those. So that is something to keep aware of. I think here we go with that. We play this. That's colorless, so we don't take any damage. Play this. This is colorless, and we gain a life. Oh, gosh. I mean, I guess having non-damage lands would be cool, but I'd rather have something else here. And then 3, 6, 7. You know what? I'm willing to gamble. Let's go. We got life gain lands and stuff. Life gain lands. We have life gain things. Oh, actually, I should have taken another land, because that would eventually unlock the cottage. We actually... Oh, that's a problem. That's a problem, because we can't do anything with a cottage without a 4th land. May not matter, but I do have to be more careful than I would want to be here. So, we're at 12, so I don't think we're dead, and we know they get to play 1 mountain next turn. Not worried about that. I'm just looking at, can we attack for 3? Activate, actually be 4, because we can make another food. So we could attack with this, which would be 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, let's do that. And just say, you know what? Pressure on. And then we play this. And then we activate. Oh, which one of these is summoning sick? We don't have a way to know? Oh, that sucks. Well, we can at least activate Candy Trail. It's still food. That's fine. At least I know that one's safe. Alright, if an opponent gets us here for being greedy, I'll accept it. Alright, Reckless Impulse doesn't really get us, so that's good. Yep, that's not going to even come close. Yep. And that'll do it. Alright, let's keep it. Drawing a lot of pain lands, but, you know. Hopefully there's no cut down. Okay, we dodged it for now. I guess I could have just played the Beseiju, because this is likely just going to end up being mono black and nothing we're going to get to do with this card. Could have saved myself a point. Alright, I'm into it. Let's go ahead and go with this. Start getting the food going. Yep, so it was what we thought. Not much of a surprise. Now the issue is just, how do we want to go about things? Because, like, we could just play Greta and force them to use a removal on it and save this. Alright. I mean, I'm pretty sure removal's coming unless they have a Shieldred, so it's whatever. They know we have a Devouring Maw, too, so even if they have removal, they may not want to use it. Oh, sure. We got lands to discard. We're alright with that. We don't hate that. Sure. You know what? I'm going to get rid of this, because why not? Attack, and I just might block with Greta. And by just might, I mean I pretty definitely will. Yep, I think they wanted to test me, but I'm willing to block. Okay. So, I think we just do this and get after it. I mean, there's a chance they have other removal or something here, but whatevs. If they have Shieldred, then I guess we try to fight a Shieldred. I don't know. Alright, Underdog it is. And another one. Alright, well they can trade, I guess, with the Maw. Which is fine. Let's sack a food. Ooh, did not want to draw that. Did not want to see that. Well, we could crack a food. Play this. That kills off an Underdog and lets us get in with the Maw. Don't love it, but, you know, tough times. I wish I could have done that at instant speed, but, you know, no deal. They're down to one card, effectively, so there is that. Alright, we are running out of tokens, so we need something that generates food. Would be nice. Or even finding our land would be pretty special. I wouldn't be mad at that. Yeah, not blocking. I mean, you're a creature, but you don't really help us here. I mean, you can block and get rid of this. Totally legit. Nope, they're just going to jump with the two Lidlands. Fair enough. Alright. We got to draw something. Unfortunately, our draws did not go the way we wanted them to here. We could be in trouble. They're checking everything, as they should. Yeah, I'm not blocking. I mean, I die in 2 turns if I can't produce something here. Tough Cookie would probably be the best option. I mean, I die in 2 turns if I can't produce something here. Tough Cookie would probably be the best option.   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 Tough Cookie would probably be the best option Sure, you can have that guy. Hey, look, we found a tough cookie. Excellent. Love to see it. Alright, pass the turn. So this is pretty nice because now we can block their underdog with a 4/4. And then sack the token on our turn to untap the maw. And then we still have life gain from the cookie itself. If that... that sucks. Well, that might just do it. That could be all of everything. Alright, well, I guess we gotta do it. Okay, we go to a very lowly 6. I mean, okay. Right, neither of those was a removal card. I was hoping maybe, kinda, sorta, there would be a thing there, but no dice. This is interesting though, right? Because we could gain 3, draw, so we only gain 1, but then we could play this Welcome to Sweet Tooth, make a body, and then create another food next turn. So I'm kinda into that. Well, I don't love that strategy, I also don't hate it. I mean, we'd have to chump block probably with the Poisoner, though, at that point. You know what? Let's just pass. Well, we wouldn't have to, because then we would have the 1/1 we could chump with, right? Alright, let's do it. And we'll just see where this leads us. Like I said, I'm not in love with it, but we just gotta try to make do for the moment. Alright, you have an underdog. No, we'll jump with this. This also keeps them from getting a card until the end of turn, which I don't know if it'll matter, but, you know, small things. Alright, can we find some more food makers? Well, kinda did. I'll say, or just a straight up, like, go for the throat would be fine here, too. I wouldn't be mad with either of those things. Alright, we pass. Now, the next good thing is, because we have 2 food, we'll get to turn our Poisoner into a 5/4, so it could go toe-to-toe with Shieldred if we hold on to these creatures. I don't know that we will, but, you know, maybe. Through which you create a rat, and then each rat gets a Wicked token. Alright, so when they die, I'll take an extra point. Fair enough. The rats can't block, though, so that's good. Oh, we lose 2 life. Alright. And then when they sack it, they draw? Oh, no, just when it leaves, they scry. Okay, fair enough. Okay, we go to 3. We'll end up going to 1. Unfortunately, I did find some things I could block with here, which is very sad. Alright, we go to 1 for the moment. Okay. We found a cottage, which also helps. Oh, it didn't stack to where it made the food first. Darn it. I thought it was going to do it the other way. Alright, well, we got to do this. Oh, I guess it still did it, right? Okay, either way. Gonna play this tapped. We actually... Nah, it doesn't make any sense to do that. Alright. Attacking with this. Just saying, we're gonna try to gain a bunch of life back here. Alright, so we have enough to block with the token, activate one of the food to block, and then sack a food. Alright, sounds good. This is such an interesting little picture, too. It's like a person on a little adventure. He's got a little traveling backpack and stuff. Alright, where are we going with this? Alright, let's activate this. And then pass. We'll block here. Block here. And then we take 5. Go to 3. Sure. I'm good with that. Hopefully they don't draw something to kill our poisoner. We're just going to have to cry ourselves to sleep. Looks like they don't have anything, though. Ginger Brute is a food, though. That is highly relevant. They are not killing our poisoner. Fantastic. So we have 11, 12, 13, and 8 is 21? Question mark? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We'd still be able to crack food. I guess we're going to go for it. And I have a spare one for a Ginger Brute. I guess I could leave as a blocker if necessary. Yeah, all right, cool. Okay, this is going to play a little different than our last few hands. Let's keep it. We don't have the white mana yet for that. Hopefully we'll draw it here on this first turn would be great. I'm going to go ahead and take one and just make the food now. I don't mind if they see we have the poisoner. I do like that card, but we're going to go with this for now. Possible there's some fairy action over there. We may have to use this Go for the Throat. Nope. Not even that. Okay. Well, let's attack first. See if you have anything to harm my tough cookie. The thing here, too, playing against blue, they do have bounce spells, so we may not want to activate to attack for 4. I do like having that as a later option, though. So we could either force them to counter something, but then that doesn't really do a lot for next turn. But I think I'm still willing to do it. Because we're not going to get to attack with the cottage next turn anyway. It would just be a matter of being able to play the Sugar Maw, but I don't think that's quite enough value there. Yep. This keeps them from drawing, too. Now, I'm kind of hoping they just go for a PowrDragn here, but they likely won't. But I wouldn't be mad if they did. Great. Oh, so shields are down. Dang it. If I'd have known they were going to do that this turn. I guess they wouldn't have, though. Depending. It would have played out differently. Oh, we got another Maw. That sucks. Alright, well, let's see if you have the bounce spell. They don't. Alright, we're getting in for 6. Opponent goes to 12. And it's PowrDragn with 4 things in the yard already. That's real. I mean, if we can get another untapped land, that would allow us to try to attack with a 4/4 food and still shoot down the PowrDragn, so that'd be nice. Oh, interesting. Don't hate it. Alright. We'll see if they just bounce a food here. Because that would make sense. And if that's all they have, we're not going to be too upset at it. Yep. Oh, just tapping. Well, that's not the worst thing that could have happened, is it? Okay. Well, now we can try to attack with the cottage and... Alright, so we got options now. Alright, sooner or later I was going to say, oh, that's actually the bigger problem here, believe it or not. That's actually real. Oh, but PowrDragn we can try to kill. Alright, so how do we want to go about this? Just playing a big 6/6 is nice, but not really what we want here. Opponent's at 12. Alright, well this is going to be our one chance to take this down, so I think we just go for it. Play this, then if we find anything that makes food or a land... Actually, even just attacking is going to generate 2 foods, or 2 counters. Actually, it generates 3, because there'll be 1 on the Wormlet. Oh, I could have attacked with the Wormlet. It has Death Touch now. Forgot. The Tough Cookie actually counts as food as well. Or as an artifact. What are they doing to it? Opponent says, oops. feel like they're trying to rope-a-dope us into something. I mean, I'm still gonna block. I mean, if you can save your dude, you save your dude. Okay. I guess they were not happy with their scenario. Sure. So we get to draw a card, which is a white land, which will allow us to put some counters on some things, so why not? See how much of their stuff we get to exhaust here. Alright. We go to attack. Gonna tap some more things down, I guess. They're gonna thirst first. We're gonna go for 4. Opponent goes to 8. And now we have a lot of stuff available. Yep, you have a terror. Okay, an untapped land's actually real good here. So now it's just, do I want to activate 2 food and just get in there? 1, 2, 3, 4 takes 5. That'd leave us 2. We can't do anything with that. So yeah, I think we're just on the food activation plan here. And just saying, you got something? Cool, cool. You got it, you got it. Let's assume they can bounce a thing. Yeah, we just get in with everything. I mean, even if they could bounce one, they'd have to bounce 2 things here to not die, right? Because they block a 4, they bounce a 4. No, they still take 4. So, yeah, it has to bounce at least 2. And then even then, they're at like 4 life, so then they can't do anything next turn. Alright, cool. Got there again. Fantastic. I'm going to keep this, but I'm kind of really hoping to draw a forest off the top. Oh, well, it may not even matter here. We'll see, though. Alright, go with that first. I think the plan here is going to be Welcome to Sweet Tooth first. Because it just gets us a 1/1, but it gets us some extra value later, hopefully. Oh, they don't even have dudes here? Oh. Oh, that changes everything. Well, maybe I want a tough cookie here then. I didn't think I did, but now I do because we can possibly just block. So they almost have to waste a removal on the tough cookie. Which is fine by us. They kept a burn heavy hand. Unless I was going to say, unless you had a bunch of things that cost 3 or more, then that's a bit different. Yeah, I'll trade with you. I ain't mad at that. Question is, how many of those do they have? Because it feels like there's probably a few of them. So what if we go here? I'm afraid they're going to deal 1 to everything here, though. Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt us that much because we do have this. So we get 1 point back, so we offset some of the damage from the Punisher. We get to play back-to-back Sweet Tooths, and then maybe we roll into Greta and see what happens. Nope. Sir Ginger, you might be about to get it, friend. I mean, both can be rough, but Wormlet's probably more of a problem for them. Because if it gets to where it's a 4, then that's a real issue. Here, though, I guess it's possible. Okay, they're playing Squee. I thought it was going to be like something like Thundering Raiju or some such. Yeah, I guess I'm down. Okay, that's all right. If this is all that's happening, we can live with this. I'm going to go ahead and go with this, since they don't seem to have a way to remove anything of size at the moment. And I'm just going to pass here. We can sack food to put a counter on a thing, even though I do like food to just gain life in this fight. But this is good as a backup plan to just stop the opponent from punching or shooting down a thing. Because if they only have 3 damage things, Greta gives us a big benefit there. Oh, and we got a tough cookie. All right, now we're rocking and rolling. Because now we can even just attack with the Restless Cottage. Ooh, things are happening now. All right, let's go here. See how the opponent feels about it. I think I'm going to go this way and leave a mana open, just so we can still use Greta if we feel it's necessary. Instead of just leaving shields down completely. Oh, I can only activate Greta as a sorcery, though. That's a little bit of a problem. That being said, I think I will do... If I attack, what does the opponent want to do here with those cards? Alright, let's go ahead and sack one of the foods. Target a creature. Sack this. See if they have removal or not. Alright, so they did have something. That's good. It went there instead of doubling up to kill our Wormlet. So, that's out of the way. No attacks. We're at enough life. I don't think we have to worry about being under pressure. We're still going to get 3 counters on whatever we want to have 3 counters on. Invasion's going to kill off our tough cookie. That mildly hurts, but not that bad. Alright, so we're kind of in a good spot now. I mean, what are they going to do? We just double block the Punisher? Yeah, they don't have a good attack here. And we almost don't even care if they get the dragon after a point, because we're about to have a giant Wormlet. Yeah, it's up to you, opponent. Like, we're fine either way. Yep. I was like, the only consistent damage you have, feel free to throw it away. We'd have been all about it. Alright, we're going to gain some life. We're going to play this. Man, I'm kind of tempted to just start attacking with our 4/4 here. Because we know the opponent doesn't have anything. Even if they play Squee, we just block some stuff. So, sure. And we're gaining a point anyway when we make the extra food. Yeah, opponent's just giving up here. Like, this is actually really tough for mono red at that point, right? We're still at 14. We're gaining a point minimum every turn if we just keep this combination up, right? Our creatures are big enough they can't block. So even if we just attacked with those, we still have a chump block here. Not on the Punisher, obviously, but say on Squee, if they were to play Squee out of the graveyard. And then, you know, you get 4 damage in here, but then you're not blocking and taking 9. Then the next turn, that's practically lethal. You know, like, because we're going to get the bonus counters from the Sweet Tooth, plus attacking with the Cottage. So, like, yeah, and plus with that much life gain, even if they got the dragon, it was going to be so hard for them to do anything, because it's just so much life sitting on board. So, yeah, crazy. But, you know, good stuff if we're wanting to beat mono red, I guess. Okay, what are we doing here? Not a lot, actually. Not a lot. Alright, let's keep it. Let's keep it. It's going to be a little dangerous because I think our plan is going to be to try to play Archivist and then hopefully draw a Ran and play Archivist, make a treasure. It's kind of what we're looking at. I don't know if that does anything. If we don't draw any land, though, I might just play Sir Ginger. Oh, is this the Otter deck? Could be. Could be. Alright, we did find the land, so we're going to go ahead and go with plan A. Alright. No attacks. And then this allows us, if we want to play Greta, Greta can grow the team, or we can play Sir Ginger, that'll grow the team. Oh, or we just do this and then try to play Sir Ginger. That'd be fine too. They might just want to counter a Wormlet though. People, I don't blame them. I mean, Wormlet is not good for a lot of folks. All right, cool. Okay, so they're just playing a bunch of value stuff to take advantage of the Wormlet, or the Smoldering Egg, which is actually pretty cool. Smoldering Egg might have a chance with all the adventure stuff floating around. I can see what they're doing here. Even better if they have like bounce spells and stuff in hand. This could really be something. But our board got big real quick. We went from no damage to, what is that? 11, 13 damage? With more incoming. Alright, Rending Flame, that makes sense. You gotta slow the beats down somehow. Okay, so this is tough, because I kind of want to play the other Wormlet, honestly, but I don't think we can. Actually, it's not true. We could play Wormlet and just play the other Gumdrop Poisoner, make a treasure. And then even the opponent, this would be a 6, 7, 8, 9, so opponent would be at 1? I don't think I hate that. I kind of like that. If we do this and make a treasure, are we any worse off? Kind of wish we would have got a land, because we could have gained life and killed that after they blocked. I'm trying to think if there's any other way. I don't think we have a way to take advantage of that. But we could also blow up a thing. If we just make one here, right? This becomes a 6. This becomes a 3. If they block, then we can kill that with... Oh, we wouldn't be able to, though. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. Yep, needed you to be a land, little Wormlets. I needed you to be a land. Alright. Think this is just where we are. Don't love it, but this is where we are. Attacking. Yep. Alright, opponent goes to 1. Oh, because these have Death Touch now. I totally forgot. So they didn't have a good block there anyway. They could have blocked Sir Ginger, I guess. You know, the funny thing is in that last game, if I would have only made the treasure and attacked, the opponent actually doesn't have a good block to get through the next turn. Because you would have had a Death Touch, Wormling, a Wormlet. You would have had a 6-power creature that would have just killed it, obviously. Or if they blocked the Sir Ginger, then we just sacrifice a treasure and Ginger gets +1/+1. So the opponent actually didn't have an out there to block. It was pretty bad. But anyway, on to this game. Let's keep this hand. Oh, I forgot about these sleeves. Alright, let's go here. See what we want to do. Welcome to Sweet Tooth. Actually, this works out okay. We'll go ahead and play this. Back for 1. Alright. So now we get Sweet Tooth to get cards, or we could just play Treasure and grow our creatures. Either being acceptable here. Or maybe we do both. If they want to counter that. I have a feeling this is going to be a game where we're going to need this Restless Cottage. And opponent's like, I heard you wanted Restless Cottage. Have another. Oh, they didn't even counter that. All right. Well, we got all the value we could get on that turn, I guess. Try to attack. We lose an attacking creature. Nope. Not even that. Oh. So this isn't a control deck at all. It doesn't look like. This is some type of soldiers, most likely. Yep. That's exactly what it is. And then play the 2/2 Soldier Lord guy? If so, I'm not going to be mad at it. They might Ossification here, too. That's become like the ubiquitous removal spell. No, Copper Coat. Okay, that does create a little problem. Because we kind of have to... Wait, what? I mean, sure? Why not? That was a little peculiar. So, right now, we've gained 1 for the turn. I guess we don't even get fancy here. I think we just kill the Coppercoat Vanguard. And then just put the opponent on notice. You got to try to stop our things. Alright, they're already at 8. Ossification, sure. Figured there'd be some there somewhere. Got another one? I mean, if so, then we're probably just trying to get it in with the cottage at that point, but whatever. Ooh, a tough cookie. Okay. I think I want to play this no matter what. It's just, are we going to try to play Poisoner here? I think well, if we do this and attack, if all they have is a counter, they could flash in something else, I guess. But do we really care? Not that much, really. Alright, let's go to cast this. Because if they have the thing that makes us just pay more for the number of creatures they have, then, like, whatever. We just pay the 2. And if they do anything to protect that... Oh, we didn't gain life this turn yet. Ah, son of a gun. For some reason, I thought we had already. I forgot that it just put counters on our wormlets. They're blocking here anyway, right? Okay. That was my misplay. For some reason... Oh. Okay, sure. That doesn't even do anything. It's a token. Like, I'm so confused about what's going on right now. I mean, I guess it didn't matter that I misplayed because it would have just bounced their thing. I guess it does because they would have been able to block with the Zephyr, but either way, we've got a big board. We've got a 4/4, a 7/7, a 3/2. Tough Cookie can also just, if we get an untapped land, turn 2 of those into 4/4s. We got a big army right now. And man, and that's good. Like, the opponent had a good start too. Reinforcements, Coppercoat, had an officer, and they removed a creature. And it's almost like nothing happened if you look at our board right now. Especially considering I wasted the Poisoner and didn't kill a creature. Alright, opponent's getting brave and getting in here for 3? Ooh, what's going down? Alright, well, I mean, I guess you could have like a Wandering Emperor or something. I mean, if you do, you do. Kind of how I feel about it right now. Go 8, you go to 10, you could block a 4 and take 4, 7, 9. Yeah, sure. I guess I'm losing a Wormlet here. Nope, they're just gonna double block some things. And sure, why not? As good as anything. You can double block our Tough Cookie. Yeah, so if you're going to block something, block our Tough Cookie so we can't just make our things into 4/4s, opponent. I mean, that's what I would do. Otherwise, you're going to be dealing with this all over again next. I mean, they only have 1 card, so they're probably going to be dealing with it anyway, but just saying. I guess this is tough for them either way, right? Because they block the tough... Wait. You're not even blocking? So they didn't kill our lifelinker. I was going to say, they're either leaving us a lifelinker, where it's going to make it harder for them to kill us, or they leave us a Tough Cookie, which we can just attack through. Like... Yeah, we're not even worried about losing that. Like, yeah, I don't understand that. That is a strange no-block scenario, because now everything still has to block. They're at 4. Yeah, like, literally, the Tough Cookie was the scarier card there. I would have left me the Wormlet. I mean, you could at least jump off that for a couple of turns, but Tough Cookie makes it pretty difficult. A Tough Cookie makes it tough. You know what we're saying? Archivist, which is cute, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nah, we're just gonna make some 4/4s here. I mean, everything's got to be blocked, so sure. I lose this and this. and then I get back a Wormlet, and I have a Wormlet and get to attack. Yeah. I mean, we're going to be at 21. We'll be without creatures. We'll be just Wormlet, but we'll have Wormlet and land, and then we'll be able to cast an Archivist as well. So, sure. And then it's their 1 card versus our lots mini card still. Lots of value and lots of life still available. Harbin? Sure. Wow, we're just going to have endless stuff here, huh? Go ahead and play this. Probably should have done that first, because if they had a counter or something, we could have paid for it, but not that it matters. Alright. I mean, they can't trade for the Wormlet here. They have to bounce it or they have to block the 4/4. Or they just do that and save a creature to block again next turn. Seems fine. Alright, Harbin and Coppercoat. Hey, you can kill stuff now. That's legit. Oh, I was just kidding. I lied. You can't kill things. Alright, activate one of these cottages. Alright, good stuff. Alright, so this was pretty fun, honestly. I have to say I'm impressed. Like, usually when you get a new mechanic, it feels very clunky. But this actually was fun, and it felt like we had a lot of things to do, which were pretty great. Now, the one thing I will say is I did like Night of Sweet's Betrayal. However, it did feel a little bit slow and kind of awkward at times. I would be okay cutting one of those. Even one Sir Ginger, because while I do like the card, we didn't see all that many Planeswalkers. I don't know, we maybe even only saw one. It might have been a Wandering Emperor. So, not something I want to lean on too much. It is a nice bonus to have. But the thing is, I think this deck would be benefited by playing a couple of Terra Sunder. And I'm already a fan of Terra Sunder, so maybe I'm overvaluing it. But I do think we could probably make the deck just a little bit better by doing that. So I think we cut one Sir Ginger, we cut one Knight of the Sweet's Revenge, and then we go ahead and put in a couple of Terra Sunder. And I will say this as well. It is possible that you could even maybe cut a Devouring Sugar Maw and play an extra Go for the Throat, and that could shore up a few matchups as well. Ginger Brute, I'm on the fence on, because it was really interesting and it was kind of nice. And I think I played some extra games off camera to try to get Night of Sweet's Betrayal, Revenge in play. And I actually ended up using Ginger Brute, believe it or not, a lot of times to just take out a Liliana. So, like, not a thing I thought it was going to do, but, you know, it's haste for a point after they've made you sacrifice a creature, so why not? So for now, I think Ginger Brute makes the cut. However, if you wanted to cut Ginger Brute to play more Candy Trail, I don't think I'd be upset about it. I think it'd be totally worth doing. But overall, if you're looking to play food, this one's pretty cool. There are some things, like always, that we need to talk about here, though. Now, I will say the good news about this card is this deck is that it doesn't play a ton of new rares, and the ones that you could probably get by without would be like Devouring Sugar Maw. I wouldn't play less than 2. But it actually is fine, right? You're not required to play the deck. Now, you do have the Archivist, which, if you like playing these types of decks, and maybe you want to play something that does +1/+1s with artifacts or whatever, then it's probably worth justifying to go ahead and craft those. But if you don't like those type of decks, then I would only really do this if you already have the parts. Otherwise, there's like Teething Wormlet and other things, but those already existed from other sets. So overall, this actually isn't too terrible to build, and that's actually a good thing. I will say, though, you do need to play a little conservative like you normally would against control decks, but you do actually have a benefit here because of something like Tough Cookie. It actually lets you come out late and turn some of those treasures that are sitting around into creatures, and that actually can keep you from having to overcommit to the board and give you a chance to still get in there against those control decks late game. Of course, your lands are going to be good in those situations too. Mono red is actually pretty winnable, but you're mostly going to want to be, I would say more often than not, trying to get to hands where you can play like 2 things on turn 3. That way you can get counters on something almost always, get a little bit of life, and then start going from there. But overall, this one was pretty good. If you like food, I'd say give it a chance. Now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about the Shire. This is actually just a cool card, and obviously it makes food, so, you know, it gets to be the spotlight today. That said though, this is a really neat card for a lot of different decks, even if you just want to have some extra life gain or something that makes artifacts, right? This is actually a pretty easy way to just get that artifact trigger, get that life gain trigger, and the card is still super cheap. I have a feeling this card's going to go up a bit. I don't think it's going to go up a ton, but I could see this being a $3 or $4, maybe even a $5 card year and a half down the road. And right now you can pick these up for like $1. So if you just want to snag 1 or 2 to have them available for your commander decks, probably a good idea. And if you like this type of fun, quirky stuff, check out this outside of the box little turtle deck that we put together. It actually did a whole lot with lands out of the graveyard. That's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.